for this important announcement. MCI now offers 5 cents a minute every day. That's just 5 cents every evening and all weekend long. Presenting the billboard of the millennium. Let her rip. MCI, 5 cents every day. That's one powerful message. Call 1-800 every day to join.
Introducing Blue from American Express, a whole new kind of credit card.
When I had trouble getting rid of headaches with the leading pain reliever, I assumed the problem was my headaches were too tough. But you know what? The problem wasn't my headaches. It was my medicine. Because when I tried Excedrin, everything changed. My headaches went away. Completely away. Excedrin's just on a whole other level. So my headaches are still tough. But Excedrin's tougher.
Excedrin, the headache medicine.
Critics declare Robin Williams gives an Oscar-worthy performance in Jacob the Liar.
This is the BBC. I admire what you're doing.
It's stunning and unforgettable.
But I lied to you.
Jacob the Liar, rated PG-13. Opens everywhere Friday.
Get it while it's hot. Introducing Sprint Nickel Nights. Now calls are just a nickel a minute every night. Switch now and catch the fever. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP.
Some people get nervous when that door goes up. Not me. But then I deliver to all the shops. Nervous people like crunchy food. Don't sell much nervous food here.
Goodwrench Good Time Savings means great deals, like tire rotation and balance for only $29.99 or less. It's a good time to see GM Goodwrench Service Plus.
Good time savings? No wonder I don't sell any nervous food here.
Play Burger King's Win Your Way college football game. With a new game every week, you could win $1 million, a Toyota RAV4, a trip to a bowl game, or the best tasting prize of all, a delicious Whopper. Burger King. When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Hey, how about replacing your refrigerator with one that's a little less,
Avocado?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Well, Sears has great deals on electronics and appliances, even Kenmore refrigerators.
Kenmore's great.
Plus, right now, you can get 0% finance charge until September 2000 with your Sears card.
Wow.
Just buy any appliance over $399 or electronic over $499, and hey, no finance charge till September 2000. So?
I'm finally gonna get a fridge that doesn't leave me cold.
Good thing, but you better hurry. Sale ends Saturday.
Critics declare Robin Williams gives an Oscar-worthy performance in Jacob the Liar.
This is the BBC. I admire what you're doing.
You must see this unforgettable film.
But I lied to you.
Jacob the Liar, rated PG-13. Opens everywhere Friday.
Minnesota 9 News at 9 with Robin and Jeff. And at 10 with Jeff and Angela. Innovative, interactive, and more local news every night. Coming up tonight.
Have you marked today's date? We're not sure that it's something to celebrate, but we are 100 days away from Y2K, so we'll have some tips to get your Y2K ready. And we'll meet a man who hit the road on horseback to celebrate his heritage.
Minnesota 9 News. Change your 10.
Okay, with AT&T's new one-rate 7-cent plan, now your calls all day, every day, are just 7 cents a minute.
Yeah? What about those nickel plans?
Okay, it's not always a nickel.
It's not.
During the day, that nickel can cost you a quarter.
Making it no longer a nickel.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, but with AT&T, simple.
It's always 7 cents a minute.
24 hours a day?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
7 days, 7 cents?
Yes.
Do you want to explain it to him again?
I don't.
All day, every day.
Call 1-800-41-RATE to enroll.
It raises expectations about what a minivan can be. With features like a multi-valve V6 engine, dual sliding doors, 8-way power driver's seat, dual zone temperature control, and an optional 10-speaker CD stereo system. Then, we added one more thing. Values up to $1,750 that make the Chrysler Town & Country unexpectedly affordable.
Veteran prosecutors such as myself, I've been doing this for 15 years, are shocked by the allegations.
First on 9, 3 of the young boys accused in the gang rape of an 8-year-old St. Paul girl are in custody tonight.
But 4 other boys are at home. They're too young to be charged. And among the suspects is the victim's brother. Chelsea Irving talked with the family. She joins us live with the latest.
Jules, I talked with the mother of the little girl who was allegedly gang raped. She is also the mother of the 9-year-old accused of leading the attack on his sister. Mom tells us the daughter is doing okay and that she's been living in the same house with her brother in the 2 weeks since the attack without any problems. But the young victim is not at home anymore. She is now in the care of the county. Her brother is still at home. He's just 9 years old and cannot be charged. The 3 boys police say he directed to rape his sister have been charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. The 10, 11, and 13-year-old boys are in the Ramsey County Juvenile Detention Center. They can be held here for 48 hours. The younger 4 boys allegedly involved in the attack can't be sent here because they're too young.
If you have a 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old committing a very serious offense such as rape, obviously there's a problem. Obviously that child needs help.
County Attorney Susan Gertner says the boys aged 6 to 10 can't be charged, but it's likely the county's child protection system will oversee some sort of supervision and counseling.
The system is going to have a tough time turning their lives around, but that has to be done.
The house where police say the 7 boys gang raped the 8-year-old girl is now boarded up. The young victim is in a county facility where she will undergo physical exams and psychological evaluations. She'll also look at a photo lineup of suspects and get counseling. She was taken from her home this afternoon.
It's got nothing to do with the brother situation. There were several appointments that had been made to get the young lady a physical examination that had not been kept.
Gertner says everything that can be done for the girl will be, but she's got a tough road ahead.
It's not a pleasant experience to be victimized and then have to go through the criminal justice system. But we have support in place for witnesses, whatever their age.
The young victim is expected to spend about 3 days in that county facility. It will certainly be a difficult time for her, but afterwards she may return home. It is uncertain at this point if her brother will stay in the home with her. Again, though, her mother says she's been doing all right. She was going to school before today. We also today talked with some neighbors who have talked with the young victim. They say she's always been a little bit shy, but she has certainly been more reserved in the past few days. Live in the newsroom, I'm Chelsea Irving.
And on the 9 line tonight, we want your reaction to the fact that if convicted, most of these juvenile offenders cannot be prosecuted. The number is 612-946-1234. Again, our 9 line number, 612-946-1234, and we will play those comments throughout our newscast.
Donald Blum isn't giving in easy. I'm Elizabeth Costello. We'll have an update on the case from Carlton County.
Some people believe the freeway killed East Lake Street. Well, it's possible 35W may also be its salvation. I'm Tom Lydon. I'll tell you why.
Why does a man ride a horse several hundred miles across 3 states? I'm Lily McDonald. Find out what this man's journey is all about.
It's been nearly 30 years since trains rumbled through the Milwaukee Road Depot in Minneapolis, but now this 100-year-old building is back on track. I'm Rob Olson. I'll tell you about the plans involved in a multi-million-dollar makeover.
Donald Blum went to court, but he never made it to the courtroom.
All the talk was behind closed doors. Apparently, there could be a deal and a plea after he admitted to killing Katie Poyer. Elizabeth Costello has the story from Carlton County.
No comment.
Katie Poyer's parents showed up at the Carlton County Courthouse for the first time.
Pretty hard.
But her family, including her brother and grandfather, left even more frustrated.
If I had a choice, I'd like to see him hung.
Blum never even entered the courtroom today. The judge and attorneys met behind closed doors for more than 2.5 hours. After that, Judge Dale Wolf announced the arraignment was continued until tomorrow morning. In Carlton County, I'm Elizabeth Costello, 9 News.
And Blum's arraignment is scheduled to take place at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Investigators are trying to determine whether fire or foul play killed a woman in St. Cloud. It happened on the city's south side in a third-floor apartment last night. A woman's body was found inside once the fire was out. Officials are investigating whether her death was actually a murder and if the fire was set intentionally to cover it up. They don't know what started the fire and are waiting for autopsy reports to determine how the woman died.
Most of us have a freeway horror story or two, but in the Minneapolis Midtown area, few of us could top how many people there feel about 35W. When it was built nearly 40 years ago, city planners thought 35W would boost the area, but a poor design only caused problems. As Tom Lydon reports, that may soon change.
Michael Reed runs a hip-hop shop on East Lake Street, and if his customers are taking 35W, they have to hip-hop to get there.
Easier they can get on Lake Street, the better they'll be able to find me. More people, more business. I love it.
The interchange almost seems to be a failure by design. Follow this if you can. From East Lake, you can jump on 35W going south, but not north. And from the freeway, you can exit onto Lake from the northbound lanes, but not from the southbound lanes.
So when you used to go to buy a new car, you didn't go to 494, you went to Lake Street. Every car dealer was on Lake Street.
Then the freeway came and took people to the suburbs and strip malls, leaving the central business district to die. And now that the area is finally on the comeback, it may be time to fix the freeway mess. Tonight, the public got its first look at 18 different plans to add on-ramps and off-ramps. Some were a hit.
It'd be great to have an exit onto there. You get on a 35W and you have to keep going to 35.
And some definitely were not.
I live in this neighborhood. This is where I live. I don't really like any of the options that I see here.
On the historic Healy block, a change could only be for the better. The congested off-ramp runs right in front of these remodeled turn-of-the-century Victorians. Neighbors like Dan Nichols would love to see the off-ramp moved just a little closer to Lake Street.
I think it will help Lake Street, especially if they work on the Sears Tower. It's the only way to really bring traffic in and out of there quickly, and that's what business people want.
That may be what people want, but the project still has a long ways to go. Lots of people need to sign off on it. The city, the county, MnDOT, the feds. Construction could begin in the summer of 2001. The cost, about $20 million. But anything could happen. Consider that man at the meeting who didn't like any of the plans. You may recognize Bob Greenberg as one of the major figures who stalled the Highway 55 reroute. Tonight, it was sounding like he found his new issue. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Lydon.
Yeah, well, we all agree it is a mess in that area of town right now, so sooner or later they're going to have to do something.
Strip me up for it, that's for sure. Aftershocks and stories of rescue. We'll have the latest from a catastrophe in Taiwan.
In the Family Survival Kit, planting a colorful bulb garden and a guaranteed way to keep the squirrels from eating the fruits of your labor.
We'll catch up with a man on a spirit ride. Started 800 miles from Minnesota.
Minnesota 9 News. More local news every night.
Chrysler Concord. Four-wheel independent suspension and a powerful V6.
I didn't know Davis could move like that.
I told him to think of himself as something powerful and agile.
Wonder what he was thinking.
To be or not to be, let our hearts discover. Why go on stalling? I'm falling, love is calling. Why be shy? Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Let's fall in love.
chili's awesome blossom. So awesome. It is chopped, battered, and the rest is top secret, because only Chili's has mastered the art of the onion.
I test drove Corolla, the Honda Civic, and I saw the Elantra. It's a better deal all the way around.
Right now, we're celebrating our best value yet, the Hyundai Elantra, with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain, 5 years, 60,000 miles bumper to bumper, and 5 years unlimited mileage roadside assistance. All for just $11,234. But hurry, prices like these won't last long.
I couldn't have done any better.
Hurry to get the Hyundai Elantra for just $11,234.
What do you call hamburgers that are grilled one at a time by a person? Absolutely delicious. Chili's Big Mouth Burgers, monuments of inefficiency.
Closed captioning of Minnesota 9 News is made possible by your local Jeep dealer.
Aftershocks are jolting Taiwan. Frightened residents ran into the streets during 3 strong tremors. And the aftershocks from the earthquake are complicating rescue efforts. Crews from 14 countries are helping search for survivors. They only found 9 people alive today. An estimated 2,600 people are still trapped in crushed buildings.
All of the people here, as of now, they're still hoping they will find their dependents alive, survive. But I don't know. We just have to give them hope to comfort them.
Caskets are being rushed to Taiwan for the dead. The total so far around 2,000. Another 4,400 people are injured and thousands more are homeless. Some of them are living in shelters or makeshift tents. Early morning rain added to the mess in North Carolina. Floods from Hurricane Floyd are full of waste and other pollution. Floods temporarily shut down the water supply in Greenville, but that's nothing. A third of the city is underwater anyway. At least 30,000 homes are flooded statewide. Many of them are ruined. Damage could surpass the $6 billion mark. More than 3,000 people are living in shelters. Some folks have been evacuated from their homes for almost a week. Passengers are calling a Carnival cruise ship the ship from hell.
The engine caught fire and left the big boat in some rough waters. Tugboats pulled the Tropical cruise ship back to port in Florida. Passengers were stranded 2 days in seas threatened by Tropical Storm Harvey. 1,700 passengers and crew members were forced to tough it out.
Seas out there that day, the tropical storm had to be 25-foot seas in that water with the winds blowing and us going nowhere. They were drifted for 18 hours.
No toilets, every toilet overflowing. Can you imagine the stench in that ship?
Some passengers even hung a homemade sign reading, "Help, no water, no toilet, no AC." The cruise line promised all passengers a full refund and a free cruise in the future. Big Tobacco's wasting no time responding to a lawsuit filed by the federal government.
We will not settle this lawsuit. We are right on the law, we're right on the facts, and we fully expect to prevail.
Taxpayers have spent billions of dollars on smoking-related health care. The Justice Department wants to recover that money. Tobacco companies argue the lawsuit is politically motivated, but President Clinton says it's the right thing to do, and it's the only option left.
We did our best to work with them and with the Congress to resolve many of these matters legislatively, and they declined.
The state of Minnesota settled a lawsuit with the industry last year in a deal worth $6.5 billion. The University of Minnesota's president looked a bit more like Fred Flintstone today.
Fire in the hole!
Ooh, Mark Udoff demolished a pile of bedrock as part of a construction project. This will give students better views of the Mississippi River. The plans include underground parking and a new residence hall.
Hey, it felt great. I mean, you so rarely get a chance to destroy something, and it wasn't a big hotel in Las Vegas, but it was a thrill.
The student housing should be complete by next fall. In tonight's Family Survival Kit, we continue with our fall gardening series. Jeff is in for Angela tonight with advice for anyone who wants to add some color to their spring gardens.
And most gardeners know fall is the time to plant bulbs for tulips, crocuses, and other flowers. So here's an expert tip from Mr. Green Thumbs, Mike Hibbert of Bachman's.
you want to think about spring and those beautiful, gorgeous daffodils and tulips blooming, you got to get out to the garden center right now. What I like to do is I like to plant bulbs in clusters. A lot of people plant them in rows, and they measure out 6 inches between the bulbs. And I like to put them close together, and I also like to put them in layers so that I get blooms early on, and in that same place, I get more blooms later in the springtime. I've dug down about 10 to 12 inches down, and that's where my bigger bulbs are going to go. That's where the daffodils are going to go and some of the tulips. And I'll put that first layer in, fill that with soil, and then just add some more of the minor bulbs, smaller bulbs on top of that, so I get that double whammy, that double show. Make sure that you can get out there and feel your bulbs. Don't buy packages necessarily unless you're in a hurry and just want to grab a large quantity. Make sure that they're nice and firm and good looking. If it's got a little crust of skin that's coming off, that's really not an issue at all, as long as underneath they're nice and white with no blemishes and no scars. So that's the top right there with this pointy end, and then the flat part again is where your roots will be. So that's how they'll be sitting in the ground. Now I'm going to take and just add a layer of soil over the top of that, and next spring we'll have a fantastic bulb garden.
That should give you a good start. And to keep the squirrels away from your freshly planted bulbs, plant bulbs deeper in the ground than what's called for on the package instructions, or wrap each bulb with steel wool. The squirrels hate that. You want more on planting bulbs? Bachman's is holding a free seminar, 6:30 tomorrow night at Bachman's Minneapolis store, located at 6010 Lyndale Avenue South in Minneapolis. The number is 612-861-7711. Medical news tops tonight's Kit Stuff.
Pain in your lower legs could indicate a serious medical problem. You could be suffering from peripheral vascular disease, a long name that simply means the arteries in your legs are blocked, preventing proper blood circulation. Left untreated, parts of the leg or foot can become infected with gangrene and have to be amputated. An estimated 8 million people have PVD but don't know it. A quick blood pressure test by your doctor can easily detect the disease. You might be interested in Delta Airlines fall sale. Airfares for domestic and international destinations will be discounted up to 35%. Lower fares are good from October 5th through December 15th. Some holiday blackout dates do apply. An additional discount of up to 5% is being offered for online customers. If you're looking for private music lessons for your kids, hear this. The Minnesota Music Teachers Association offers a directory of certified music instructors in your city. Teachers who specialize in preschool lessons are also listed.
You can reach the organization at 651-429-9479 or check out its website at www.mnmusicteachers.com. We'll repeat this information for you later in the newscast. All sorts of information in the Family Survival Kit tonight. So even if you can't hang around, you can check out our website at KMSP.com. Click on News, then on Family Survival Kit, and you'll get all of those numbers and ideas on bulb planting and the stuff about the music lessons and all that stuff.
In case you didn't get a chance to write it all down.
That's right. There's a lot of info packed in there tonight.
All right, I like that music teachers one. And one person who doesn't need music lessons probably is a Grammy-nominated singer in the Twin Cities who has a new CD out. If you like swing, you'll want to check this out. The Buzz is up next.
Taller than the tallest trees. That's how it's got. When your car's running funky and you need